This is Say What? The live podcast from Union Church Singles Night 2023. Here, we'll be navigating through the ups and downs, twists and turns, and occasional detours of singleness. Now, I know what you're thinking. Christian dating? That sounds boring. But hold up a sec. We're not talking about your grandma's Sunday school love connections. No ma'am, no sir. We're talking about the real, the raw, and the ratchet experiences of trying to find love while staying true to your faith. Whether you're a seasoned saint or a skeptic, sit back, grab some popcorn, and let's get ready to laugh, learn, and maybe even find love in the most unexpected places. This is Say What, where anything goes and miracles can happen. Let's get started. Please welcome to the show your hosts and our senior pastors, Stephen and Zai Chandler.
What up, what up, what up? Y'all doing well?
Are you doing okay?
I'm good now.
Are you sure?
I'm good now.
Do you want to tell everybody why?
I do got to clear something up, though. Whichever Union Church staff member thought it'd be a good idea to have my baby sister up here on a blind date, we talk after church. And
he was a good guy.
Rayshawn, I apologize in front of everybody for the thoughts I had towards you and for the places I was gonna hide your body, but it's okay. So
first of all, I think he won over some people.
Oh yeah, no.
I think he did.
I don't tie, but I do tie, but I didn't, but I do. That was a good answer. That was good.
That was brilliant. That's brilliant. And he has nice eyes.
I can't see him.
Come back here. Come back here. Come.
Nah, don't bring him up here. I don't want to see him.
Sure?
I don't want to see him. He good over there. Y'all doing well? Y'all ready? This is good. This is
amazing.
Huh.
How you feeling?
So what song comes to your mind?
You gonna ask me to sing?
No, I don't actually want you to sing. You gonna sing anyway, though.
You sing. You were the worship leader at first.
I don't want no pigeon, damn be the girl. It's like, nah. Tonight is going to be a fun night. Did y'all text you single? You know why they ain't texting you single?
Because they don't believe they are single.
There's no Wi-Fi. It's because we cheap, y'all. We don't want to be paying for that Wi-Fi. If Rayshawn was tithing, then we could afford the right side. And I'm joking. Stop.
You're cranky.
This is not that night, okay?
This is not that night. What is this night?
This is a night that we're going to have a lot of laughs, which we already have, and we are going to help some people out. Now, some people are so arrogant they don't think they need help, but they in here.
But they're here, and they're tuned in online, and they're tuning in Columbia. Like, they are here.
Packed out at Columbia, and oh, shoot, can y'all give it up for Columbia? Come on now. What up, C-Town? Good to see y'all. But we're pumped. We're excited. We got some great questions. If they can't text it to you single, where can they text it to? Put it on the YouTube chat. If it's on YouTube, put it in the chat. We'll jump on questions there and all that other good stuff. But most importantly, we don't just want to give a biblical perspective and a godly perspective, but we want to help you find the person that God has for you. Now, before we go any further, I need to do one thing. If you are a man in this room and you are not currently dating anybody, and that means at any campus, not at this campus, that means...
including Charlotte.
It's just... some of y'all just be serving at every campus and you think you slick, but you not. But at every Columbia here, can you stand? Can you do me a favor? If you a man, if you stand, come on,
Don't
pop.
Don't be disobedient,
Come on.
Okay. Wait. You see his sweatshirt right there?
Oh, is that Louis?
You see his sweatshirt?
Oh. Okay. All right. Go ahead, sit down. We just.
Okay. Why'd you do that?
Ladies, if you are currently single and not dating anybody at any campus, may the odds forever be in your favor. All right, let's... That's fair. Good to see you. All righty, y'all ready to get started? Yeah. We've got this beautiful panel up here. We got our red flag. Why didn't they give y'all a green flag? It's just red flag, red flag. All right, we're going to jump into some questions. But
Can they introduce themselves first?
I was going to do that too. Okay. I want to know who the panel is. Let's start over here with this lovely young lady. Give me your name.
What else?
What campus you
Occupation.
at.
My occupation. Okay.
We can do that.
Oh, okay.
Name, campus, and occupation. Go for it.
Hey everyone, my name is Lisa.
Hey Lisa.
I am a social media director at the best place ever here at Union Church. And I'm 27. Did I just say that? It's out there. I'm 27.
Okay.
Oh. What's up? My name is Darius Hamilton. I'm 29 years old. I am in HR for a nonprofit, and I do some business development in e-commerce outside of that. But I'm at the Flowers campus, the best campus on earth.
Hey.
Hello, my name is Bernadette. I am 23, on the younger end here. I attend the Columbia location, and I love it.
Yeah.
And I am a finance broker.
Bernadette, are you single?
Huh?
Are you single?
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you hesitate?
Yeah.
Is everybody up here single?
Nah.
Yes, no, maybe
No,
so?
maybe
Technically.
so.
No, you
Kinda.
no, okay, cool. Just I want to know who I'm talking to.
Okay.
And they want to know too, trust me.
Okay.
You should say that too, if you're single or not, right?
Yeah.
I'm single. There you go.
Darius,
I'm dating.
you're dating. Mm-hmm. All right, he better say yes. He better say yes. Y'all ain't gonna get Darius stabbed out here.
She on the front row.
Uh-oh.
How y'all doing? My name is Ainsworth. I'm 40 years old.
Where the 40s at? They in here. They in here.
Shout out to Flowers campus. That's where I attend. Here we go. I'm a construction manager, and I am dating.
You are dating?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh, you just broke some hearts.
Aw.
All right.
Go ahead. You, yeah, right here. Yeah, yes, ma'am. Go ahead.
Hey everybody, I'm Tiffany. I am 39 years old. I attend BWI campus, and I am an entrepreneur.
Hey.
Ho.
Okay.
Sound like Tommy. Where you work? You ain't got no job. What field is your entrepreneurship
I'm a
in?
digital brand strategist, but also have a faith-based brand.
Okay, so you do have a job. Okay, just checking.
Oh, and I'm single.
And she is single and employed.
She sings.
Love that.
Come on.
Go ahead. What?
What's up, y'all? My name is Justin. I'm 21.
Whoa.
I think Justin.
Oh,
Justin.
He just said it.
I think they like the way you said Justin.
Oh, yeah?
Can you say
That's it.
Justin
Name.
just one more time?
what'd you say?
Just say your name one more time.
My name is Justin.
He has dimples. You got dimples.
I got this.
Got dimples.
Anything we don't want to happen.
That's what they were talking about.
Oh, no. All right, so one more time, my name is Justin.
My name, Mike Lowry.
The podcast voice.
So,
Go ahead.
I'm 21, and I'm in the Marine Corps.
Listen.
And I go
Saw
to
those
this
red
campus.
flags?
Red flags.
The red flags.
What are the red flags for?
If you are red flag in the military, y'all need to.
That's fair. I'll take it.
I think they dated people in the military, and don't worry about them.
Hey, they need help. They need to get saved. That's why we're here. Come on.
That's why we're here.
I love it.
And
All
I'm
right.
BWI.
And you're a BWI.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. My name is Toyosi. I go
And with her own fan club.
I go to Columbia campus. I'm 20. All right. I'm 27, and I'm a couple and family therapist.
Okay.
Hey everyone, my name is Mike. I attend the best campus, BWI. Currently, I'm a general manager of a restaurant group.
Oh.
Okay.
How old is you? You at least 30.
Somebody said, are you?
Someone asked, are you single?
So I'm 30 and I'm
You are 30
and I'm courting.
and you're courting.
You're courting.
With intent.
That's great. That's awesome.
With intent. With intent. Okay.
Oh, my bad. I'm single.
Period.
How single?
Single.
You single. Okay, she's single.
Ready to mingle.
Okay.
I love it.
Come on.
Any drama you want to start before we jump into this, babe?
Drama. Okay. I want to talk about flirting real quick.
You want to talk about flirting real quick? All right, I think we got a question. We got a flirting question.
We have a
They
flirting
let's.
question.
I think they got somebody who.
Okay. Do you want to tell people how you flirted with me as a pastor?
I do not recall. Said.
So I think you feel strongly about this.
Your Honor, I do not recall. Said.
You want to read the question?
Situation. Go ahead. Have them sit the question. Let's hear the first question.
Constantly getting called flirtatious, but I promise I'm just a really nice person. Then when I'm interested in someone, they don't even realize I'm flirting. How do you flirt and not cross the line? Define flirting for me, please. Is it deceptive? In my old days, it was something I just did casually.
All right, let me get 2 or 3 of y'all real quick. 2 of y'all. Darius, give me your definition of flirting.
Definition of flirting. So for me, I believe that it starts out with a little talking, absolutely. And where you know that it is flirtatious is where my hands start touching godly places like your back.
He said godly places.
Your shoulders.
Godly places.
Absolutely. You know?
I didn't know there were godly places to touch. Okay. Good to know.
There's shoulders, holding hands to pray.
Instead of holding holy hands.
So check it out. It's the touching barrier. It's the touching barrier. So if we're going out, or we're sitting down, we're eating at one of the union functions, it's can we pray? And it's the touching barriers that starts to.
So you come from a whole hands while you pray church. That's your.
Amongst others.
Okay. Cool. Toyosi, give us your definition of flirting.
Intentionally letting someone know your interest. So that can be through compliments, through touch, through flattery, letting them know. Yeah.
Let them know. What you got, babe?
Is it deceptive, though?
Is it deceptive? What do y'all think? Y'all think flirting is deceptive?
No.
If it's not intentional, then it's deceptive.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So before we get into this question, I'll say this, and I'm gonna read Webster Dictionary definition of flirting.
Love that.
A lot of the stuff that we're gonna talk about that we strongly disagree on is semantics. So some people are gonna be like, I don't believe in dating, I only believe in courting.
Yikes.
And it's like, okay, so what's the difference?
He said yikes.
And then when you're like, okay, what's the difference between dating and courting? Well, dating is just when you hoeing around, and courting is when you actually trying to, I can say that in church, right?
You said hoeing around?
You can say it here. You can say it here. It's your church.
It's your church.
I can say that. Okay, cool. All right, move on. Anyway, so I strongly believe that if you're interested in somebody, you should let them know.
Yes.
I think you can let them know without touching them, but I sound like my dad when I say they've been doing this since time immemorial. Mm-hmm. But like, if a dude tells a stupid joke and that girl's like, and everybody else knows it was a stupid joke, but she's just laughing and laughing and laughing. She's flirting. She's saying your joke was dumb, but I like you, so I'm gonna try to hype your joke or whatever it may be.
I think there's so many people are afraid of coming across too strong or coming across promiscuous that you don't let your intentions know. And I think you're shooting yourself in the foot because oftentimes you're around someone that you're interested in, but you're so afraid, like you don't want to be, again, extra, that they have no idea and that you're even interested. So yes, laugh at the joke. Don't stroke their kneecap or anything like that. But go around their dream team. No, laugh at the joke. Be around them. Compliment them. Oh, you smell nice. What are you wearing? Is that layered? All the different things that you can ask and that you can say to let them know that you're interested.
All right.
You're interested.
Here's Webster's definition of flirting: to behave as though attracted to or trying to attract someone, but for amusement. Rather than with serious intentions.
Yikes. Whoa.
I didn't know that's what flirting meant. That was news to me. So according to Webster, flirting only has a intention of manipulation.
Yeah.
And that's obviously, but you know, people do that though.
For a free meal, yes.
I ain't saying she a gold digger.
I didn't say okay, let's not talk about me. But the point is, also, some of us were bored.
Yeah.
Females get bored, guys get bored, and so you start, okay, they're the only one around that's in your age group, so you start, no, you're not interested, so leave them alone.
Yeah. So this person said, I'm constantly getting called flirtatious. It's probably because you're too friendly with every dude you meet. It sounded like a female's voice, so I don't want to be sexist, but it sounded like a female's voice. So you should not be super friendly with everybody you meet. It should be obvious that I'm interested in this person, and I'm just trying to see if you're interested as well. Did you flirt with me?
No, I did not.
Are you a lie? You a lie? You a lie?
One thing I did absolutely love about this guy, and this is for you females, honestly, like I think I've talked about it before, but he conducted himself in such a way, like you weren't gonna get confused if he was interested or not.
That's good.
You weren't texting him, like to communicate with him earlier in the church when church was like super tiny, you had to go on Twitter to message him. His number wasn't everywhere. You couldn't, but he conducted himself in such a way there weren't any hussies around or girls around or sisters in Christ or any of those things. But it made it clear. So, and I think I shared it before. I thought that he was already betrothed to some Haitian, to a Haitian missionary, because he talked a lot about it, but he didn't flirt. He didn't talk. Meanwhile, I was super,
tell the truth, shame the devil.
okay. I had a lot of guy friends.
Let's talk about that next. Come on, put the red flags up.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
No, hold on. Are you done? No, but no, this is important. I was just friendly. I'm super extroverted, and I had female friends, but I had a lot of guy friends, and they were just, if they wanted to just be around.
What did they want to do?
Chill.
I was about to say something I can't say in church.
The point is, a lot of us, we're not even aware that we can have the most pure intentions, but you really have to be mindful as to how you come across. I didn't know that I was super friendly when it came to guys. I was just super friendly, period. And it wasn't until someone said, hey, you're just friendly to everybody. So for some of you in the room, you might just be super friendly all the time. Be mindful. A guy can't text you late at nighttime at 9 o'clock, that's your homie, or 10 o'clock, that's your homie. They have too much access to you.
Yeah.
And you can't be their best friend. This whole female best friend, male best friend, you have to be very careful there, because somebody's interested in you or you're interested in them. It just gets really, really messy. So all that to say, some of us were actually a little bit more flirtatious than we think we are. But this is now your wake-up call, as it was my wake-up call, to say, just reel it in a little bit.
Set boundaries.
Hey, panel. Actually, let me see them red flags in the air.
What?
Can guys and girls that are not
best friends?
married to each other be best friends?
No.
Wait, are they?
Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
Show flag. Ho.
Wait,
Flags down, flags down, flags down, flags down.
It's confusing.
Flags down, flags down. If you think, yes, guys and girls can be best friends, throw your flag in the air.
If you think they can be.
You can, yes. I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Okay.
Wow, there's a lot of them.
Fun should deceive people in the room. Okay. All right. If you think,
You do too?
If you think they can't be best friends, go ahead, throw your flag. Go.
If they cannot be best friends.
They can't. It's about 50-50.
It is 50-50.
Come on, fam. Why do you?
So, me personally, I think that there has to be a respectful balance. So, obviously, I don't think you should cross lines calling 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., or anything like that. But if you have friends that you've had for years, and though that's your community, I don't see that there's anything wrong with that. Now, if it's like 12 a.m., that's weird.
You're allowed to be wrong.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I think what Pastor Zai was saying about setting boundaries is so important. If we are on FaceTime for 5 hours together, we are like, my feelings are gonna start developing on either side. Like there's no way to cut that off. And 10 o'clock at night, my phone is off for you. Like that can't be a thing. Like that's too many boundaries being crossed. Because then when I get a man, he's gonna be confused about like, okay, so what can I do that this guy's not doing that makes me different?
Ooh. Right.
Say it again for the people in the back.
I mean, it's a no for me. But from experience, so my first real relationship in college, we were best friends. Like we're both from Baltimore, and I didn't like him until I did. But it came through emotional building. Like all of a sudden, it was like his face changed. But it really, because I wasn't.
No, for real.
I was
You
not
ain't ugly no more.
I promise. I was not attracted. I did not like him. And then I did. And it was because of the emotional attachment. So I think, especially for women, because our attraction can grow through emotions, you might not like him yet, but if he hang around for a little while, it can change.
Start squinting.
Yeah.
You know what I think is funny? I think
True.
we want to have rules for ourselves that we would never let our boyfriend or girlfriend live by.
Yeah.
So everybody who says, yeah, I think they can have best friends, they don't want their significant other to have a best friend.
That's good.
And they like,
What? Talk your talk.
Unless they try and play games. And they're like, I'm gonna make sure you have your game so I can have mine.
Give me two, you can play that game.
Next question. Think they got another one. Fire the next question, let's hear it.
Every time I get into the talking stage, I can't seem to commit. How do I know if I have a fear of commitment?
You just said it.
Yes.
You just said it.
Okay.
Who chose this question?
How do I know I have the fear of commitment? Well, because every time you get in the talking stage,
You can't seem to commit. Does he have something to say?
He answered this question. That person answered that question. I think we self-sabotage ourselves a lot.
That's good.
You know, we self-sabotage ourselves a lot, and we just have to kind of step aside and say, hey, where am I making these mistakes? Because it's all about patterns. We all know our patterns. We have to be honest about them.
Yeah.
Justin?
They got the... I struggle with commitment. 19% of this room struggles with commitment.
I think some of the 81% are lying.
You said what?
I think
19% are aware
I think a lot of people
that they
struggle.
There are a lot that struggle with. I think if somebody wants to be married and they currently are not on the road to marriage, I am courting somebody and close to marriage, it is one of two reasons. I'll give the first one now, and then I'll make y'all beg for the other one. But anyway, the first one is there's something that's not right inside of me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's not always trauma, but it could be trauma. It could be I haven't gotten over my last divorce, or the person that I was dating, but the breakup felt like a divorce because it was what they call irregular marriage, even though we never stood before a judge or anything like that. But there's stuff inside of me. It could be trauma that I've experienced in my life that keeps me from committing people. It also could be pride, arrogance. Some people just can't get over themselves. But if there's a commitment issue, there's something internally that needs freedom, needs hope, needs Jesus.
What are some indicators?
That I can't commit.
I mean, you just don't?
That is the indicator. I think there's a lot of people that say, I don't want to be married. I'm not thinking about marriage now. It's not on my mind.
Okay.
Can I say something strong as a pastor?
Go ahead.
Something wrong on the inside. Just straight up.
Wait.
There are some people that God has called to be eunuchs, to never be married.
Okay.
And those people are such a small percentage of the planet. The amount of people that have put themselves into that category because of hurt, because of trauma, because of there's something on the inside that I don't want to deal with. So I'm going to spiritualize the fact that I'm avoiding the health that God has for me. Stop doing that. The reality is God has given us sexual desires that were designed by God to be lived out in marriage. And part of the purity battle that we're struggling is we weren't designed to be single this long.
Amen.
Should I keep going?
Go ahead.
That's good.
But we value that master's degree and PhD more than we value marriage. And we value buying that house, and we value hitting this next goal, and we value, I won't go to Dubai and ride camels, I don't got time to worry about, or our priorities are out of order. Next to picking Jesus, who you spend the rest of your life with, is the most important decision you will ever make. But somebody say amen.
Amen.
But most people, that's like seventh in a list of things they're giving their time, attention, and life.
Okay, I think some people, they try or they start out with great intentions, great hope, and then somehow, some way, it just doesn't pan out. There's one failed relationship after another, and it just seems not guaranteed. And so what is guaranteed is if I go to school for 2 years, I can get my master's degree. If I save this much money, I can have a down payment for a home. If I budget accordingly, I can pay cash for that trip to Dubai to ride that camel. So there are these, it seems like it's just uncertain when it comes to dating, to marriage, but these other things that people pursue, there's a direct, it's direct. If I do this, I get that. If I date
Don't
this.
be clapping. That's why you're here tonight. Don't clap. Don't clap.
Are you telling me that there's a proper way to date so that you can get?
Let me ask the panel. We throw out this term. People say it's ghetto in these streets. Dating is ghetto. What does that mean? What is ghetto?
Toyosi, what does that mean?
What is ghetto about this dating scene?
I feel like people be shape-shifting a little bit.
Come on.
Like,
okay.
You say you're one thing,
right,
and you're not at all.
Yeah.
And so it's ghetto because you think you're dating one person, but sometimes they're actually two people, or three. And so it's really hard.
Yeah, definitely. What else is ghetto about the dating scene in the world?
I think it's more ghetto for a lot of the women out there, you know. Quite honestly, no. It's ghetto because guys, we aren't a lot in here, in this world, quite honestly, and some guys stink, you know. So for me, I know dating in community, I took what you said to heart in the last relationship series, Hidden Gems. You know, did my whole, 6 weeks, boom. Hop into that, actual dating portion, and she about to get the ring soon. So for me, it is. Wait for it. I'm not done. It's all good.
Did she just find that out? Did you know that?
No.
You knew, we talked about it. I was just hoping that's not how you found out.
No. There's a lot of communication expectations.
Okay, just making sure.
So
yep, sound good.
All of that, we actually took that to heart and actually dated in community. Like there's a lot of people at Union, there's a lot of people in our lives that's a part of that. And that's what helped us to not be blindsided, calling, red flags, pink flags.
I love it. I love it. What else is ghetto about this whole dating world? Somebody else jump in there.
Justin. Someone said Justin.
Come on. Just say your name one more time, please.
My name is Justin.
Justin.
I mean, what I think is, especially bad about nowadays is there's so many ways to date now. Like, you got Tinder, you got Bumble, you got all these different apps, and like you got all these different places. No, not me. I don't know what you're talking about. Not me. I'm saying.
You seem to know them all.
But I'm just saying there's too many, people put too many of their eggs in too many baskets, if you know what I'm saying. Like they spread themselves too thin. And then when it comes to like focusing on one person, they're like, you know, they're talking to this person and this person, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Here's what do you think? What do you think about the whole dating is ghetto?
Well, we were talking about it before. It's always been ghetto. I think you can see the ghetto-ness a little bit more now because of all the different apps and just the availability that we have to dumb people. But that's not nice. But I think it's hard, but it depends on which pool you're looking at.
Yeah.
I think a lot of us, we are like we're here a little bit, then we're there a little bit, then we're here a little bit, and you're looking for someone saved in the club. I mean, you're looking for a lot of different.
That's what they do.
You know, and you're looking for like a thug in the church. I mean, there's all these different things. That we're.
I mean, I want them holy, but I need a little bit of a roughneck. I mean. I don't want no dance like David dance, fool. I'm trying to get a.
Come on.
I think it's always been crazy out there in the streets, but I think now it's hard for some folks. I think we're not looking at the right places, and we're too easily discouraged.
So here is what I am not saying.
What are you not saying?
I'm not saying put your life on pause until you find somebody to date. Don't go to school, don't work, don't do nothing. Just find somebody. I'm not saying that at all. Live your life, because nobody wants to date somebody who's not going somewhere in life.
Yeah, that's so good.
I am saying all I hear people say is how ghetto it is. But when I look at the effort that they're putting into it,
oh my,
it's not equal to how difficult they say that it is.
Oh my.
That's good.
And it's as if everybody's just sitting around and waiting for Jesus to bring their boo. And let the man of God tell you, Jesus ain't bringing you nothing. If it's that hard, then your level of effort has to match how difficult it is. And I don't know what's going on YouTube, but here at Union Church, I don't see the level of effort put in.
Are you telling people are lazy when it comes to dating?
They ain't doing what they need to be doing to find who they need to be finding.
AKA, yes, people are lazy.
I think people are scared of rejection. I think people are too spiritual and they think Jesus is going to do it for them. I think people are scared of rejection, but they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Okay, what should they be doing? Dr. Love?
So, back when I was single, back in, when was that? It's like that. So we didn't have a church with thousands of singles people back when I was single. There wasn't a church like this anywhere in Maryland. But there were all of these Catalyst-like concerts. Every Friday night, some church was hosting some young adult deal. Every church had their own young adults band or whatever it may be. And I would go to literally every single church, every single concert, at least once a month, sometimes every weekend. And after the concert, and when you go to the same places over and over and over again, you see the same people.
Yeah.
And you learn a lot about them without going out on a date.
Yeah.
Some of the reason why y'all in some of these ghetto situations is because you're dating people that you never investigated.
She's shimmying in her seat. Go ahead and shimmy, girl.
Here's my number. Let's go out Friday should never be the first conversation. And when I'm able, I'm not saying you do this, I'm just pointing at you because you exposed how ghetto it was. When I observe them in their natural habitat, without them knowing that I'm observing them, it's harder for them to hide the three people that they are because they don't know they're being observed.
Yeah.
So when I'm on this third date and I find out you're not the person you told me you were, I shouldn't have listened to what you said in the first place. I should have been watching you, how you are with your homegirls, how you are with your homeboys, how did you finish Grove Track? Are you serving? How often? And all that other good stuff. Anyway, So we go out to all these different concerts and all kind of stuff. And here's what you Union Church people do that just drives me nuts. After the worship night or whatever, nobody went home. Why you people keep going home after Catalyst? It's 10 o'clock, like the night is so young. What are you doing?
Someone said they tired.
I'm tired. That's why you single. Stop. Sleeping on Saturday. Like, we would not get home before 4 a.m. on a Friday night.
I'm almost 40.
Ever.
I'm almost 40.
Someone said she said she almost 40. Is that still applicable?
So
talk to the older saints that may have children.
I said what I said. I'm not changing what I said. I don't care how old you is. Anyway, we are at, what's that nasty place people like to eat? Waffle House. We at Waffle House. We at IHOP. Somebody's gonna have a party at their house afterwards with 20 people.
You shaking your head.
Can I keep on going in on Union Church since I'm having fun? All these daughters of the temple.
For people that don't know what a daughter of the temple is, can you please let us know?
It is a female that is too spiritual. That is a definition. A single female particularly that is too spiritual. So I'm gonna leave Catalyst and I'm gonna go hang out with my 8 homegirls and we gonna have Catalyst Part 2. Bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? You are guaranteeing you gonna be single. Okay, all right. I'm having fun. Comment? No. Should I keep going?
So make it practical.
Make it practical. You should never have a Super Bowl that you are not at a party again until you're married.
Amen. Come on.
You should never have a July 4th, Memorial Day, Labor Day, MLK Day, President Day, Goldfish Day, that you make up a day, Tuesday, that you are not hanging in a room of believers with the opposite sex, laughing, playing Uno, watching YouTube videos, cracking up, and observing and seeing.
Is that hard to do? Well, I was gonna say, what about the single parents? Because
So if you're a single parent, you're gonna have to be a little bit more strategic and intentional. You're gonna have to put a bi-weekly babysitter in your monthly account. But is it hard to find somebody to spend the rest of my life with?
Yeah.
Then why do I want to act like it's easy?
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Because I have faith.
Well, how's that working for you? I'm sorry, let me be a pastor. Faith without works is dead.
Come on.
All right, next question. Throw the next one up. What y'all got? Oh, in about...
Why do guys pretend to be ready for a relationship and then switch it up all of a sudden? We done gone on 5 days.
That is the one.
Why did it take you that long to realize you weren't ready for a relationship? This is ridiculous.
Thank you. That's the one. That's the one right there.
Why do guys pretend they're ready for a relationship and then switch it up all of a sudden?
That's 5 dates worth of makeup. That's money. 5 dates worth of makeup.
So I need 5 to 8 dates before I know I'm in a serious relationship. Panel, give me some responses, guy. Why do you think?
10?
I'm getting all these women questions. Give me a question from a dude, bro. Why do we think that men keep switching it up? Guys or girls? Come on.
I think for a lot of us, after a couple of dates, it's like, this is not working. Like, pull the trigger fast. The problem is we don't know how to do that. And be honest.
You don't know how to get out.
Yeah, you don't know how to get out. So it's easier to kind of like be the bad guy and slide away. You know, instead of saying, it's not working, this is it, pull the trigger, time to go.
That's real.
I mean, I think that people aren't probably having the right conversations early on, talking about, vision, values, and what you're looking to accomplish versus, talking about nonsense on the first 2 dates, and also people just not knowing what they want. You know, if you know what you want, then you're gonna go after it, especially if you're a guy.
Hold up.
I'm personally stuck on the 10 plus dates. That's a waste of my time. That's a lot of time.
And a waste of my money.
Amen.
That's not a
we
date.
both wasted
Come
time.
on.
I'm not wasting. Like, that's too much.
Darius, you said something I need you to repeat.
What?
You said something about a guy if he knows what he wants.
He's gonna go after it.
Oh, no. Because there's a lot of women, and I don't know if they heard what you said. Say it slow.
When a man knows what he wants, he will move heaven and earth to get to it.
Yeah, come on.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Because some of y'all be entertaining some clowns.
10 plus dates.
Is that a guy that's
Like Barnum and Bailey type of 3-ring and an elephant. Straight up circus clowns. Not
Why do you think you do that?
desperate.
What was the question?
Is it why do girls entertain clowns?
I think the problem is we have a vision of the wedding day by the first and second date.
Yeah.
Right? And you want to keep having like that dopamine rush of, okay, second date, we're closer to that engagement. Fourth date, okay, you're seeing it as green lights when it was always red. And we, yeah, exactly. We're being delusional because we're trying to fit the guy in our picture. And I've done it myself multiple times, I'll be honest, you know. We have the picture, we're trying to force you to fit it, and then we get upset when it's date 5 and you're being ghosted for date 6.
Come on now. All right, so y'all are up here. I'm gonna give y'all a mic really in like 2 seconds so y'all can throw your questions. We'll take some live questions from you guys. PZ, how many dates is too much to have an undefined relationship?
I would say a max of 3. The first one, first of all, should be a great date, but the second one should be a great date. And the third one should be a great date. And by the third one, you should know what this is. I'm not wasting my time.
Thank you.
Because you might be paying, but I'm also going to show myself generous in the situation as well. So I'm going to know that you're a great guy, but you're also going to know that I'm a great girl.
What do you mean show yourself generous? Because you didn't pay for one date we went on our whole life. So what exactly do you mean by that?
You're mumbling.
I wasn't going to
What'd you say?
I'm messing. So 3 dates.
3 dates max. You should know what this is.
That's fine.
And I don't want to be strong, but I think a lot of us, we just don't have enough value over ourselves or over our time. Like there's so many things that you could, and who God has for you is out there. So if you're entertaining someone because they call you pretty and, you know, they pay for dinner, then that is, or they call you cute and, you know, they compliment on your shape up and stuff, like all that to say you're wasting your time. And it's extremely valuable. And I don't, and I think we should just value our time a little bit more. And I think sometimes we should have a frank conversation. So,
where's this going?
What is this?
So, we'll tell you when what we give you is Bible.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you when what we give you is wisdom. I like the 3 number. I say definitely the 3 number. I would say probably 3 to 6.
3 to 6?
Yeah.
Tough crowd.
I like 6.
You like 6?
I like 6.
You like 6?
Red flags?
Here's why I say 3 to 6.
I don't know if they agree.
Because the second I say you're my girlfriend, you want to be all up on my Instagram.
Come on.
And you want me to claim you in public, and you want me to tell everybody that we, you know, in a serious relationship. And it's not guaranteed after 3 times going out and talking on the phone and all that, that I know who you are.
Yeah.
And I know if I want to spend the next 6 months of my life. And here's the problem.
Hat approves.
And here's what I tell you people, y'all be at Union Church, y'all be doing this. The second I get linked to somebody, we're dating. If we ever break up, you people be labeling me with the scarlet letter. I can't never date nobody else in this church because I dated one girl and didn't work out. And now all of a sudden, I'm a dog if I date another woman for the next 7 years at Union Church. So because y'all so sensitive about people breaking up at this church, I gotta be very intentional about who I say is my girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever it may be, because y'all too safe. So I gotta, save my reputation. So that's why I say 3 to 6, not 7 though.
Which is the number of completion?
Which is the number I'm completely done. All right, y'all got a question back there? Go ahead. Yeah. Put him on the spot.
Ruben.
Welcome back. Captain Flowers.
Checking. All right, here we go. So my question is, No Scrubs went platinum, like double platinum, right? So my question
back when we were in elementary school?
Yeah. No Scrubs went platinum, double platinum. You can look it up. Is it a problem when men don't want no scrubs?
Oh, you said, is it a problem?
Is it a problem, Pastor? I'm asking you, is it a problem? Am I going to provide? Yes. Am I going to take care of the bills? Yes. Am I going to do all that? Yes. But is it a problem?
What are you going to do?
Is it a problem, Pastor, if I don't want no scrub?
Pastor Zai. I like that question, Ruben.
Let's define that. What's a scrub?
How was he?
Pastor Zai. What is a woman required to bring to the table?
That's a good question.
I feel triggered.
When?
Huh?
You're required to bring something, so relationship's gonna take two. Mm-hmm. So at different stages of the relationship, you're required to bring something different. I absolutely 100% believe that a man should always pay for dinner.
Yep, I agree.
There's no...
But that's not what we're talking about.
But there's...
We talking about she chose not to pay for dinner, not that she can't pay for dinner. Sorry, go ahead.
You see me in your space?
Not in front of the kids,
Hi, Columbia, we love you. So at different stages, you're supposed to bring different things. Again, in the beginning, the dinners, they're gonna be expensive, they're gonna be nice and all that stuff. Enjoy every part of that meal. Appetizer, entree, dessert.
You are not answering the question.
Enjoy.
It's a $50 date, remember? We had a museum.
No, it is not. No, it is not. The point is, they're expected. I love that question because a man is expected to be generous. Here at Union, we're generous, yes? But also a female should show their generous side in the beginning as well. So yes, he's paying for dinner. What are you gonna do? If he's working from home, send a meal, Uber or something to his home. Like you can send a nice little gift. You can be generous with your words too, and what you bring. Like, but in the beginning, especially, we should, as females, I believe we should show the generous side that we have. Like, we should show them that we're not just these gold diggers ready to eat everything and all that and say, no, that's your responsibility. So you should be generous too. So find something that you can be generous in within budget. But also, what are you bringing to the table? As we are single, you're also being the best version of you, fitness, faith, all of that family. You're perfecting all of these different things for you, not for a man, but for you, because you want to be able to look at him and say, we are equal, as opposed to, oh my goodness, you have all the different things and I feel like I'm the luckiest girl. Yes, you're the luckiest girl, but he is also the luckiest guy because he has you. All that say, but you do need to bring something to the table. I think being generous is a huge part though, but also your self-confidence. I think a lot of times we're pretty on the outside, but inside, like we lack so much value, and a guy can sniff that off really quickly. A pretty smile, nice weave can go but so far. After a while...
It can go pretty far though.
You are so dumb. I hope I answered. Does any lady want to add anything to that?
I have one thought. So, and Y'all know I had a thought.
Did you?
I think we
Go
talk a lot about vision. I need to know what his vision is. I need to know what his vision is. And then the whole submission thing comes up.
gosh.
And you've heard me preach before. Ladies, it's vital that you have a vision for your life. And as you're looking for a guy and listening to his vision, you're trying to see if your vision fits into the vision that he has.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to submit to something that you agree with. Submission is only an issue when I don't agree.
That's so good.
Is it all right if I backtrack that? And we got hands in the audience. Grab some mics, guys. Grab some mics. We going to. I just want to hear what you got to say.
Oh,
grab a mic.
She said, I'll come up.
No. We'll come to you. We'll come to you. You just, we got you.
Oh.
No. So while she got something to say, she probably mad
Go
at
ahead.
So hold on, listen real quick. Hey y'all, can I backtrack a little bit?
Go ahead.
Let's have less vision and more values. And it's just a slight change, and here's why. Because vision changes.
Yeah.
And what happens, I've found, is sometimes I have this ironclad vision. God changes my vision as he's allowed to. And then everything is thrown off because that's the vision. But here's what a value is. I don't know where we're going to live this out or how we're going to live this out, but we will be generous. We are going to be wealthy. That's a value that I have. We are going to be social. That's a value. And if you have someone who's a social recluse and they marry someone who has a value of being social, it's constant. Why you always gotta have Super Bowl parties at the house? Why you got people? Why you always wanna go somewhere? Why you gotta hang out with your friends and all that other good stuff? So vision changes as God changes it, but values don't change.
I love the concept of even value, because I think when you talk about vision, sometimes it's so scary for people to even understand.
Yeah.
I don't have a vision for my life, so but you do have values. There are some things that you know, like it wakes you up in the morning, or you feel strongly about it. If you look at your best days, these are some of the things that mark the best days or the best times of your life. These are some of the things that mark the best times of your life, so that you can find out what your values are. But I think values are less scary than vision for some people that struggle with that.
I don't know why I'm always attacking the super spiritual people,
Go ahead.
but I love coming for y'all neck. We're not even talking about biblical values. Am I valuing what the Bible values? I know, calm down. But of all the values that Scripture has, all 3,972 of them, you've got a top 3.
Yeah.
And your top 3 doesn't necessarily line up with somebody else's top 3.
Yeah.
So you've got to know what your values are and do your values align.
Yeah, that's real good.
All right, now I gave you a mic in front of 2,000 people on a live event. Please don't embarrass me.
Does her shirt say antisocial?
Go ahead. What you got? You gonna hand her the mic? Don't let that mic go. Go ahead. I got you.
Okay. All right, I got you. But it's a little
Go ahead. We playing with you. Go ahead.
Okay, so my name is Kia.
Hi.
Kia.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Kia, are you single?
I am single.
Hey,
Okay.
come on now.
Praise
Go ahead.
the Lord.
Just checking.
So I just wanted to kind of go back to a point that y'all was making earlier, especially when he said, is it okay for a man not to want to scrub? I just think that no one should want something in someone else that they don't have.
Yeah.
So even as a woman, it would be nice, and I make good money, praise God.
Come on now.
It would be nice.
You said I pay for dinner myself.
To have a man that makes a little bit more money than me, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
However, I cannot require him to do that
Yes, you
if I
can.
don't have it.
Yes, you can.
Another thing is that a lot of y'all men be out here wanting women with beach bodies and y'all got swamp bodies. I'm confused. I'm just saying. So what I'm saying is...
Hold. Hey, Kia, I got you. Oh, calm down. I need y'all to be quiet so she can say it again, because we can't miss that. Say that one more time. Talk about them swamp people.
A lot of y'all men be wanting women out here with beach bodies and y'all got swamp bodies. And I be confused. So again, you should not want something in someone else that you do not have.
Yeah.
And then as far, just my last point, as far as generosity is concerned, I am a giver, but I am a reciprocator.
Yeah.
So me as a woman, a man has to establish a pattern of giving before I return the favor.
All right.
So
I don't agree with that, but that's good. Go ahead.
I believe in treating my man like a king or quote unquote or whatever.
Yeah.
But for example, loose example, if you take me out and we go on 3 dates or whatever, I got you on a 4th one. But I'm not gonna let you know. When you pull out your wallet, I'm gonna say, oh no, bro, I got this.
Yeah.
Because I got this.
I love it.
But you have to establish.
All right, that's enough. Take the mic away from her. Taking the ball. Hold on. Kia, do you go to Union Church? Do you go to Union Church?
No.
I should be sit down. Sit down. How you gonna give her the mic?
She said, but she's considering.
You're considering it? What are you doing? I'm joking. Whoever your pastor is, they doing it right. Due to the area, they ain't another church. Just come to Union. Anyway, I'm joking. I agree with everything you said except for one thing. She said it would be nice for a man to make more money than me, but I've got to be making money first to have that expectation. Well, that's cool. I'm gonna say what I want to say anyway. It does not matter who makes the most money. However, it is the biblical responsibility for the man to be the provider of the household. If you don't like it, take it up with Jesus. So what does that look like? She could make 10 times more than I make, and that's great, and I hope you do. But we're gonna set up a life that if you ever don't want to work, we can live off of what he is providing.
Yeah.
And everything else is icing on the cake. All right, throw me another question, and then we're gonna take some more questions from the audience. So,
Did they have one here?
well, let's play the audio question first. Go for it.
Once I start dating, how do I know what boundaries to set? How do you bring that up in conversation, and when do you bring it up?
That's great.
Immediately.
Weigh in on boundaries, y'all. Boundaries. How do I know? When do I bring it up? Is it after we Netflixed and chilled, or?
Justin?
I think it's got to be immediately. I think you have to carry yourself and have those boundaries at all times. I'm not going to be alone with you, like in a room, just us. Like that's got to be a boundary right off the bat. Because if we're in a room with just me and you for an extended period of time, who knows where things are going to go from there, you know what I mean? Like we're all human. You know what I mean?
Wait. So I agree with you. Boundaries give you a lot of freedom to know what to do. But I think boundaries may start off, and they should start off kind of stringent like that. But as you get to know each other, as you actually are the same person over and over again, boundaries can, grow to be still, not sex, but they can grow to be in the same room together.
You the one that's touching people on the back, right?
Huh?
You the one that's touching people on the back. I'm joking. I'm messing with you.
Hold up.
You're on your second strike right now. This is your second red.
Cause can I?
What?
Can I start some drama?
Do it.
Is it all right if I work a thought out in front of you? This may not even be a good thought, but let me work this out. You let me know what you think, babe. I'm not having the conversation for the first 3 to 6 days. Because I want to see what you're going to do.
That's true, yeah.
Because I'm trying to figure out what values you have.
Yeah.
Values you personally have, not that you have for me.
And if on the first date or before the first date, I'm telling you ain't getting none, I'll never know that you would have tried. And it's still in you. Even though you ain't gonna try it with me because you know it's not happening here. And I'm not trying to control you, I'm trying to learn you.
That's so good.
So I think I don't know, am I off? Am I?
No.
Is he Is he?
What?
Because if you're hiding something to make me happy that's in your heart, I'd really like it to come out as early as possible.
Before you have my heart, yes.
So I can get out of Dodge as early as possible. And some of us are finding this stuff out in month 8
That's true.
that we really wish we found out in date 2.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the whole shapeshifter thing. Like, it was always in them, but they were concealing it early on. And after a while, you just don't want to conceal it anymore.
That's why you need 6 dates.
That's.
You need 6 dates.
So let's talk about boundaries for half a second, and then we're going to jump into, I want to do another live question. We're going to find a live question in the room, so cook up your question.
But what if we're a real Christian? Do we really need a boundary?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
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 No, you don't need boundaries. You go to hell if you want, but So here's my thought about boundaries, and we get real, we give specific boundaries. Don't be alone with a woman in an apartment by yourself, or whatever it may be. And then everybody, I agree, I disagree, well, I can control myself, they can't, or whatever it may be. Let me give you a principle, not as specific. Set boundaries for the horniest day of your life. Or I say another way, for the worst day, when you're the most ungodly version of yourself. And if you set boundaries for the most ungodly day you could ever fathom, and on that day you still don't fall into sin, that's a good boundary.
That's so good.
Most people set boundaries based on the self-control they think that they have. They don't acknowledge the way that God made them. And then they say dumb stuff like, I don't know what happened.
You're watching TV and fell on me.
So. All right, we got a question. Go ahead.
I have a question. So, as a woman in the church,
Who are you?
I'm Kathy. Hi. Hi.
Kathy, are you single?
I'm single. I'm very single.
Kathy, what do you do?
I am an attorney.
Period.
Do you make money, Kathy?
I'm sorry?
Do you make money, Kathy?
I make good money. I do.
Kathy, have you defended anybody in the audience?
No, I have not.
Okay, cool, just check it.
I don't think so. Okay. So as a woman, especially in the church, you hear a lot, women don't pursue men, right? But it's unclear what that actually means. Does that mean I can't slide in a man's DMs? Does that mean I can't ask a man on a date? Does that mean I can't flirt or initiate the flirting? Like, what is actually pursuing a man versus like making myself friendly?
I got a question for your question. What's the definition of sliding in someone's DMs? Go ahead.
So, I'm Bria, by the way. Hi, guys. I'm dating at Union right now.
Go ahead.
But when it came to the Daughters of the Temple thing, I was not that. So with him, I saw that. So I learned this later, but he has a 30-second rule where he doesn't spend more than 30 seconds talking to a female. So I had to get beyond that 30 seconds. I knew I had a short window of time, and over time...
He told you that?
You observed we're almost a year in. I know the secrets now.
Okay, you learned all the secrets.
Yeah, after a while. But,
that's a dumb rule. Go ahead.
We in church, so you gotta move around, I feel like. But I found my spot, and I held on. But I think that the pursuit doesn't have to be some big thing. I think that it can be just a conversation, because the conversations got longer, and now I'm where I'm at.
What?
Period.
What's the definition of climbing in someone's DMs?
Sliding.
Sliding.
Down, not up.
I'm thinking climbing in your windows. That's it. Yo, people, look.
I think sliding is like making, if I'm sending you heart eyes in response to whatever you posted, that's
what if
sliding.
I posted food?
That's it. also think I do think hard eyes is like sliding, but I also think striking up a conversation, saying, hey, how are you? Or responding to someone's stories. I think that's sliding in your DMs. I think that like engaging in your content in a way that I wouldn't otherwise engage, I think that's sliding. I'm tripping.
I haven't.
Do y'all agree with that?
Oh, wait, I have an answer.
All right, come on.
So this is a business strategy, actually. If you want to keep a conversation going, you just keep asking questions. So if, let's say, you said, where is that? That food looks so good. They're like, let's say Cheesecake Factory. You're not going to just like it. You're going to be like, oh, which location? And then they're going to say it. And if they're not asking a question, you ask a question, and you keep the conversation going, then you're sliding in their DM.
Okay. I got it. Y'all any other definition? Oh, no. Turn the red off. Y'all have any other definition of sliding in DMs?
I think if you direct message somebody on the internet, that is sliding in someone's DM.
Okay.
But if you go through all these hula hoops, I don't know, it's confusing. You gotta be direct with it.
Okay. So, hold on. Get her mic. Just show me a flash. Come on, Columbia, show me a flash. How many people think direct messaging someone is sliding in their DMs?
No.
Okay.
You gotta keep it going.
All right.
You gotta keep it going.
So, I don't think there's anything wrong with sliding in someone's DMs.
Me either.
That you're
That's
interested
not pursuit.
That you're interested in.
Okay.
I think if you're a female and there's a guy that you're interested in,
right,
and he posts something online where he's eating at or whatever it may be, I think you should say, ooh, where did you get that barbecue grilled Brussels sprouts? And pretend like you're interested in his...
Exactly.
Shoot or shoot.
All right.
Shoot your shot. Shoot or shoot.
Yeah.
That's not seductive.
Okay.
It's not ungodly. It's flirtatious.
And it's a real question.
It's not like, take me out on a date, fool. It's not like you served yourself up on a platter. You literally just said, I'm interested, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Hello, everyone. I'm Yvonne, and yes, I am single.
Hey.
What's up?
Let everybody know.
No, I think it's nothing wrong with shooting your shot. I mean, be like LeBron, the #1 scorer in the league, okay? And shoot your shot. The number one, Be like him, shoot your shot. But I don't think just going into a DM and saying, hey, where did you get your food? You know where he got his food. He probably posted. He probably added. Come on. No, you tell him what you, I don't, like we said earlier, we observe them and we trying to see how they are in different places. However, if you're on Instagram, a DM is a DM. Now, if you want something more, you have some conversation, you see what he's about, you see what he posts, because people will post things and they be in a club one day, but then they be praising Jesus the next day. We ain't doing that. So you observe them, but it's okay to shoot your shot.
Here would be my line. I think if you're a female, don't ask a guy out.
Yep.
Hey, we should go out. No, don't do that. And hold on. So here's what happens every time I say that. Well, I asked my man out and we've been married for 15 years, so it worked out for us. Maybe you got lucky. Maybe you made it more difficult than it had to be. I'm not saying it can't work. I'm just saying I wouldn't do that. You're a female, let him pursue you. And if he ain't gonna pursue you, move on.
He's not interested.
He's not interested. All right, question from the audience. We got a hand. Did we pick somebody? Where that mic at? I'm waiting for the room to light up. When y'all got it, go for it. In the meantime, what you got in front of you, babe? Pick a question. Go for it. Read one.
I'm here.
And can we have that question ready? Yep, go for it.
Okay. What do you do when your partner cheats?
Oh, hold on. What do you do when you've done all you can? You just
run.
You walk out. That's what you do.
Leave.
What do you do when your partner cheats, babe?
Leave.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Now y'all getting me, y'all catching me on a pet peeve because now I need a definition of cheating. You said murder? Did you say murder?
No.
What did you say?
I said partner, like spouse, partner, like boyfriend.
This is singles night.
This is singles night. So we're assuming that they're not married.
Not married. No.
And they are dating. They're boyfriend and girlfriend. They love each other, but they're boyfriend and girlfriend.
You
and
run
they
up out of there.
sexually cheat.
I got a blast.
You out. They do what?
I got a blast.
You not in
Because
covenant?
you have emotional cheating, you have sexual, you have all these stages of cheating.
Yeah.
They cheat, and you're dating.
So, I think this is an easy one. I think if you're dating someone and they're flirting with someone else, texting someone else, talking to somebody else.
Not posting you?
Well, they don't have to
date?
post. I don't think you have to post the person you're dating.
Until when?
You don't ever have to. Hold on.
Hold on. Where's the red?
Wait, let me finish.
I posted your elbow.
You don't have to post the person you're dating. As long as you never post anything else from your account.
No, if you're posting where you eat, if you're posting where you go to sleep, if you're posting all these different things, then your cousin.
I think, and I'm a big proponent of this, social media has created rules that I don't have to accept. Social media is not real. Those are not my friends. And I'm not required to produce to social media all of who I am. Now, if I'm out with my friends and I don't bring you, they don't know we're dating, nobody in my real world knows, that's a problem.
I think that's the big part.
But if you ain't on Instagram, we ain't that shallow. We gonna be all right. Oh, by the way, back to the cheating question. Leave.
I disagree. Yeah,
now,
I agree with that.
Don't go back. No second chances. God is a God of grace. You're not. Go on. God is a God of second chances. I ain't God. There's not a second chance.
When you're dating, this is just you practice how you play.
They're showing you who they are.
They are showing, this is the best version. There is no real commitment. There is no ring. So this is the best version of themselves right now. Because after you catch them, after you're married, you're under covenant, you know? Great message, by the way. But I think we give too many second chances, too much grace right now, and then you get married, and the person continues how they've been playing, and then you feel as if they've changed. No, they've always been that.
You know what really irritates me? There's always somebody who has the story of, well, my man cheated on me back when we were dating and we ended up getting married and now we love God and we love each other and all that. There's always the exception to the rule.
There is.
And what the exception to the rule will never tell you is we also experienced more pain and had to work harder than we wish anybody else had to work.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it can't work afterwards. I'm just saying that's not God's best for you, and I don't want that for anybody.
I think it gets worse because now you're suspicious every time they're home 5 minutes late, if they're not texting back immediately like they did 2 minutes ago. So you're hurting yourself more than anything.
Who wants to live like that?
Exactly.
Desperate people.
So
and I don't have to because I ain't married to you. Go ahead.
How y'all doing? My name is Derek.
Derek?
Derek, yeah.
Okay.
You got some big biceps, Derek.
Deep voice, my God.
That's a really small shirt, Derek. I ain't mad at you, player.
All right, Derek.
All right, ask a question.
Wait. Is Derek single?
Yes, I am single.
That's why you got that small shirt on. You know that.
Little brother shirt on.
Derek, how old are you?
I'm 25.
25.
Okay.
Dang.
You want to hold that mic with the flex?
His voice is deep.
He sound like Pop Smoke, bro. Like,
He does sound like Pop Smoke.
Talk to me nice.
Go ahead, Derek.
Go ahead.
All right, so my question is, I worked hard and I got to a place where I do really well for myself. But like currently I'm an aerospace engineer. But
he won.
What's your question? There was no question.
I just want to say, I'm so glad me and Derek were not single at the same time. Because I'd have to wait till he got married before I even came out my house.
That's so funny.
Go ahead, bro.
So, dating has became something where it's like all about money, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
It's all about money?
yeah, in this generation, which isn't a problem. I don't have a problem providing. I don't have a problem spending.
Yeah.
But my problem is I don't really know who are around and why they're around. Are they around because I'm a philanthropist? Are they around because I'm a good engineer or whatever have you? But like, why are you around? So I think that's where I struggle at. So how do y'all find out like what people's true intentions is and like why they around you? If they around you for your success or if they around you because they want to reach you when you
Great question. Get me 3 more in the room because I'm going to do these like firecrackers. So here would be my thought on that, Derek. I think a lot of Christian people entertain people that are not serious about God.
Right.
And they want to say this generation, they want to say these people and all that. And they're always talking about ratchet people that shouldn't have a chance anyway.
Right.
And I think my advice to you would be, do your work to make sure that they're serious about God first.
So tell them about your story about that girl.
What girl? I don't know. I don't.
The one in College Park.
Hello?
Technical difficulty. The one you almost dated.
This.
It starts with the F.
Yeah, chill, bro. Chill out. If I wasn't this dark, I'd be red right now. All right. Anyway, I don't even know where to go.
Tell the story.
We want to know.
So there was this girl back in college, and I met her in college, and we was hanging out or whatever, and we was talking, but he's like, I'm joking. No, there was a girl who was interested in college, interested in dating, and when I hung out around her, we never went on a date. We just, you know how it is when you like grab lunch together after class and you study together at the library or whatever it may be. And those are dates?
Yes.
Those are dates? Oh shoot. Really?
That's a date.
But I didn't invite her. We just...
More than once, that's a date.
I mean like 12 times, but like...
She thought it was a date.
She thought it was a date.
She thought it was a date.
One of us probably the other person doesn't know. Okay, go ahead.
Long story short, after, can't tell the truth. Truth is, I knew after like 3 weeks, but I hoped it wasn't so. So I'm like, let me just kind of give her 2 more months, 3 more months, 6 more months, 1 more semester. At the end of the day...
Where's the red flags?
At the end of the day, she was a Christian, but she was not serious about God.
That's good.
And I knew not just that ministry was on my life, but one of my values was being passionate about God and advancing the kingdom of God. And y'all said I went on a date. I never asked her out to a place where I paid for anything for her because I figured out her motives long before, and it killed me, man. She was bad. Anyway, but focus. Anyway.
She wasn't that cute. I met her.
Oh my God.
All right.
I'm not lying.
Next. Wait, did I help you out? Long story short, keep your circle a little small and observe, and you're gonna find someone that's real, and they not gonna care about your money.
Can I ask a question about his question?
Yes, go ahead, sir.
Is it bad to withhold things about yourself when you're starting to talk with people?
Stuff like what? Stuff like what? Justin, hold on. Before you go any further,
say your name.
Say your name just one more time. Just. What kind of things are we withholding?
I don't know. Like he said, he didn't know if some people were into him because of his profession or like maybe how much he works, how much he makes.
Yeah.
So is it bad to kind of withhold like hey, like, I don't make that much a year, or like, maybe I make.
I wouldn't.
That's not on the first date.
They don't gotta know.
Like, cause some females are like that. Like,
Yeah.
be
So
like,
I would not withhold it.
Yeah.
Because I'm a little ignorant.
Yeah.
I would just say it's none of your business.
If she asks you that on the first date, that's the problem.
Yeah, yeah.
She's already wrong.
I think that's a perfectly acceptable thing to ask.
On the first date?
How much a man make?
Not how much. I'm not saying how much you make, but what do you do?
Hold on.
And you can say I work for Northrop Grumman. Like you can say a lot of different things. You don't have to say I make $102,000 a year.
But some people change up when you say that, though, you know.
And
they're
then
like,
you know.
and that's you, and then they.
When you say what you do?
Yeah, when you say what you do or how much you make, like let's say, oh, I make $200,000 a year, and then they're like.
So I would never answer the how much you make question.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Until like 6 months in. Like it's none of your business.
Yeah, no.
Why do you want to know? Why are you checking my pockets? Like
That's fair. That's fair.
So I would not. But I think profession, I think it's a little shady. I think you should.
Yeah.
I think you. Do you got warrants? Like I ain't answering that one either. Yeah. All right, what's the next question? What we got? I think we got one in the light, and then we got one behind us. We'll do one in the light first, though. Go ahead.
So hello, I'm Anitra. I attend the Flowers campus. So 2 parts. Pastor Stephen and all your infinite wisdom. When you open up the Florida, you say, why is it ghetto out here? And we saw when all the men stood up, right? Especially at Flowers, you can see that clearly there's a
the ratios
ratio
are
issue.
off, homie.
Right. And
Yeah.
then when it comes to being a black woman, being a successful black woman, yes, I'm a senior sales executive at Microsoft, but it just makes it
Here's
even...
the thing, though. I don't need you to tell me how much you make. I got Glassdoor.
I tithe.
Oh my God.
Go ahead.
But it makes it even harder.
Yeah.
So if we're not doing this on dating apps, if we're not, because you're saying, I gotta see you and observe you, but I can't observe the guy from Hinge without meeting up with him because I just met him. So where am I supposed to go? Because it's not at Park. It's not at Union right now. It's not
Go ahead.
Wait. It's not at work. It's not at conference. It's not at happy hour. It wasn't at Union College. Where am I supposed to meet him?
You gotta go Whole Foods. She gotta go Trader Joe's.
Okay, Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's. Or Whole Foods.
The gym.
Whole Foods.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
26. You're 26. He's 25.
Listen.
Hey, Derek.
You 26?
Stop. All right, y'all trying to make something that's not there. I just got a bad memory. I can't remember how old you are, Derek. How old did you say you were again?
25.
25. I knew that. Okay. So I hear you. I'm with you. It's difficult. It's hard. I see a lot of people surrendering.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people just giving up
Yeah.
on something that if I were you, I wouldn't be willing to give up on. I never said you're not going to have to work your faith to see this one happen. I'm just saying it's not just your faith.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of an advocate for the single man in the church because we are told, oh, it's, ratios 18-1 or whatever it may be, it is. And, it's hard to find a woman who loves God, has some type of value and vision for her life. How do I
cute.
Slow down.
Is far enough removed from her unsaved days that her unsaved days ain't affecting her saved days.
That's good.
Is that a good way to say
really
that?
Good.
So it is harder for women, it's harder for black women than it is for men, but it's hard for everybody.
Yeah.
Because Derek just told you, I can't find nobody out in these streets that ain't a gold digger. And you just like, well, I ain't a gold digger, but I can't find anyone in these streets either. I'm just saying I'd find Derek by the end of the night. But anyway. But does that make sense? So I'm not gonna have a fatalist mindset of it's just hard, so why try? Because if you don't try, then you're not gonna see any results. But yes, you can meet somebody on a dating app. I'm not saying that you can't be on a dating app. I'm not saying you can't meet somebody at work. I'm not saying you can't meet somebody at a park. Does that make sense? We're not putting out
a park. You mean
the park?
Like the club.
The park.
The park.
That's not the park.
Park, the park.
Other park.
The park.
It's a club, Pastor Steve.
You don't know? It's a club.
Oh, it's a club.
It's a club.
Yes, sir.
I didn't know either.
Oh, y'all ratchet.
All 14.
It's a brunch club.
Whatever park they're talking about, I ain't talking about that park. I'm talking. Does that make sense? So there's nothing in the Bible that says I can't find my spouse on a dating app. So anybody says it's unbiblical to be on a dating app, like, show me the verse. It's not in there. So let's not, you get what I'm saying. So I'm not saying box it in or whatever it may be. I think it's hard with a dating app not to waste a lot of time.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that I talk to that have been on the dating apps, you swipe through 400 people, you go on 4 dates and ain't none of them saved. And they all said they were. And so dating apps, the ratios are even worse than the rest of the world. But don't tell God how to do your miracle.
That's good.
Yeah. I think the common ground between these last two questions is both of you have gotten yourself to a status that you work very hard on, right? Career-wise, spiritually. And the more you climb up, the harder it is to find someone at that level too, right? You get a ticket to first class, there's not many of you up there, right? So you have to realize that the pool might be a little bit smaller for that as well.
Yeah.
I love that. Not a lot of seats in first class.
Next question. I
like that. Yeah.
One in the back, go for it.
Right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, hello. I'm Tanya.
Tanya.
From Columbia. And I'm single.
Oh, hey.
So my question is...
How old you is? I know I'm not supposed to ask. If you don't want to answer, just give me a range.
42.
42. I love it. And confident.
So the question is, like the young lady said about dating on apps, but when you're over 35 and you have work and career and other things, where are you supposed to meet a Christian man or woman outside of the church? Because the population tends to be, especially at Union, a little bit younger.
That's a good one. That's a great question.
I'm 35 and over, and I work, and I got a busy life. Where am I supposed to find somebody? Because they're babies at Union. Is that a good paraphrase? What do you say, babe?
I think they're still here.
You think they're still here?
I think they're still here.
There's a connect group for that.
I think they are still at the church. I think that they're not as off. You're not going to find them as the population majority, but I do believe that they're still here, and I believe they're still coming. Our church is still growing, so I believe that. I believe they might be even in Charlotte. Hello, I went there. It was really great. But what I'm also saying is, I think you talked about it. There is a perspective change that needs to happen, whereas I can't find anybody. He's God. He is God. He's able to send someone here who loves God, who loves him, that comes out of nowhere. We've seen so many people that start dating here at the church, and they proclaimed from the mountaintop that there was nobody here. And now they're engaged or married and expecting a baby, and they emphatically said that they don't exist. This person doesn't exist. So we've heard testimonies on this side, but he is God, and he can provide he can provide, he is God. And I love this. Someone said this a long time ago. God is not schizophrenic. And I say he doesn't give you a desire and says, never mind.
Yeah, that's good.
He's not. Now there'll be testing that takes place to see, is this more of an idol or is this a desire? Like, so all of that will happen. And sometimes the delay exposes the nature of our hearts, but he will actually produce something for you, his beloved daughter. And it can be here at Union, it can be at the gym. Some people, please go to the gym. The people are at the gym, everybody. They are at the gym.
No, not the gym.
Be careful. Okay, and then you can observe them, and then you can invite them to church, and then they can be a part. Anyway, you want to add something to this?
I agree with everything she said. You need to find a Christian. I didn't say you got to find them at Union. There are a lot of churches here in the DMV. And they got plays and concerts and worship nights and all that other good stuff. One of my goals with this singles night tonight is to create a single Christian community at Union Church that's currently not happening. We do spiritual together, we don't do life together. We need 1 million more connect groups that are launching tonight that we gonna pray together and we gonna go bowling. We're going out to eat, we're hanging out, and it's not just girls, it's not just guys.
It can't
There's
be just
specific
girls.
age range.
No Galentines
This is
anymore.
stop with the Galentines, bro. That's
I said what I
sad.
said.
Don't do that. Don't do that. No, please don't do that.
Fight me.
Stop doing that. No. All right, 3 more questions.
Rapid fire.
Then we're gonna land this plane and move. What we got? Go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. Ooh, Jesus.
We up there. We got it. Jesus is here. What you got?
Okay, Elise. So being someone who does dabble in the dating apps, it seems like everybody and their mother is a Christian. Of course, you start to talk to them and there's no fruit. But how do you not be a daughter of the temple, but like also not need someone who's a pastor, you know?
Give me the last part. How do you not be a daughter of the temple, but not?
Yeah, so I've reached a point in my relationship with God where like I feel like I need a godly man, right?
Yeah.
But I don't need a pastor. But where's that? I hate to say it, but where's the line?
It's a good question. So what I hear you saying is, what's the bare minimum level of salvation that I'm allowed to entertain? At what point am I required to walk away?
They need to spell Jesus in Hebrew.
Listen, so 2 things I'm looking for. I'm looking for a consistent pursuit of Jesus. If your church attendance is sporadic, if your prayer life is sporadic, if your Bible reading is sporadic, if your pursuit of God is sporadic, you're not an option. And then the Bible talks about the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, self-control, long-suffering, all that good stuff. If your control of your anger is sporadic,
That's good.
you ain't an option.
That's good.
If your joy is sporadic, if you just up and down and up and down and up and down, there's people who love Jesus and they just emotionally unstable. You're not an option. I ain't signing up for that.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for consistency in their actions pursuing God, and then the fruit from their life showing that they know God.
And I'll add, they don't have to have been a Christian for 25 years. But I think sometimes, hold on for a second.
You gotta let the cement dry though. Go ahead.
Yes, they should not be partying last night, getting drunk at park. I'm not talking about that. but I think sometimes though, people aren't looking for a pastor, but they're looking for this huge, like long list of things. And I think sometimes people may not have had a relationship with God, but their life actually shows fruit of having, for living almost like a godly life, and then they found Jesus and they are pursuing God like full on. Does that make sense?
Quick question to add on to that. I was curious if this could be added in, correct me if I'm wrong, but
I will.
Absolutely. I was wondering if for women I know, if kind of the standard of either already pursuing purity, sexual purity, or the possibility of, hey, I like you enough, you know, to say, hey, I'm going to take my Christian walk up.
Yeah, you're wrong.
Okay. Well, on the first portion.
Like, I'm just messing with you. Finish your question. Go ahead.
Third strike.
So like a lot of women that I talk to that are single and they're dating, that's one thing that comes up on dating apps, somebody trying to actually, you know, get in their pants. You know, so can that be, you know, like a determining factor also? Not a determining factor, but...
That's fine, women. You can date a guy who's not going to try to get in your pants because you told him not to, if you want to lead him for the rest of your life.
Thank you. That's good.
That's good.
But if you don't want to lead your husband for the rest of your life, which is outside of biblical order, he has to be the spiritual leader of the home.
Yeah.
So I would not date somebody or marry someone who can't lead you spiritually. All right, what's the next one? Go for it. We got you. Yep.
Oh, hi. My name is Ellie. I go to BWI.
B-Dub.
So one of my questions was, we all talk about all the things that we have differently. Some of us have different spiritual gifts. Some are in ministry. Some are not in ministry but still doing the Lord's work. Different ages, different races. With all those things, where are we supposed to connect? Because we have all these differences. Am I only supposed to date somebody my same spiritual level or higher or lower? Doesn't matter. Do they just need to love Jesus? Like, where is the connect out of all this diversity?
Definitely. I want to talk about race too. You didn't bring that up, but some of y'all limiting your options. That's why you in trouble. You brought that up.
I said race.
You said race.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because some of y'all are prejudiced. That's why you single. But anyway.
That's good.
Go ahead.
Y'all just gonna wait for me to say something crazy. Is that why everybody looking at me? So I'm gonna talk spiritual and then I'm gonna talk race, just because those are gonna be the two fun ones. And I'll say this.
Someone said, hey, Justin.
I ain't hear what they say, but put the next person over the way.
They said,
Go
hey,
ahead.
Justin.
Go ahead. I ain't hear.
Hey, Justin.
Yo! I love this church. All right, let's talk spiritual really fast. Talk to the ladies first and then talk to the fellas. The guy got to lead.
Yeah.
Ladies, he gotta lead. So you can't date or marry someone who is less spiritually mature than you are. You will regret it for the rest of your life. Now, hear me. Most Christians, and don't take this as Bible, take this as Stephen. Most Christians have a affinity to the presence of God or the wisdom of God.
Thank you for saying that.
You presence folks, y'all can pray for 8 hours a day. Y'all be listening to your Maverick City in your car, tears streaming down your face, can't even see where you driving, you screaming in tongues all the time and all that other good stuff. And you presence people, you look down on wisdom people.
Come on.
Because they don't pray 8 hours a day and they don't cry in the presence of the Lord. You think they're not as spiritual as you.
Good point.
But because they have an affinity to the wisdom of God, there's a consistency to their walk and their faith that's a lot more consistent than your presence, emotional. God's failed me, God left me, I love him. Good God, that you go. So I say that to say, never date somebody that is not as spiritually mature as you if you're a female. However, don't think you're more spiritually mature than you actually are.
That's good.
Because just because they live out their faith in a different emotional expression doesn't mean there's not a check the fruit.
That's good.
Don't check how high their hands go up in worship, because that ain't up.
But their hands should go up.
Says the presence person. All right. Some of you people have made an inner vow that is straight up prejudice. You said, I will never date somebody outside my race. And when you put a never, I'll wait for the murmurs to be done.
It's quiet.
When you put a never on God that is not in the Bible, you have told God how to be God.
Yeah.
And you don't have the right to tell God how to be God. And don't be mad if God don't come through for you. When you've told him, here's the only way you're allowed to come through.
And honestly, to add to that, it's the race thing. It's also even age. So there might be, now there's maturity, which.
Hold on, because there are laws in this country.
There are.
Don't be going to jail up in this piece now.
I will never date someone that's
joking.
more than 5 years older than me or more than 5 years younger than me. I will never date someone that has a child. I will never date this. There are specific things that if I don't even want to talk, you don't know.
They've been married before, I will never.
If they've divorced, if they're this, we have these, I love what you said, like, okay, God, I want you to do I want a miracle, but this is how it needs to be. Right here. Nothing else.
Who's God?
Exactly. Our ways are not his ways.
Now, let's keep it 100. The more differences there are,
the harder it'll be.
The more we're going to have to work to build unity together. I was going to say, if you put raisins in your potato salad and I keep hot sauce in my backpack, then it's going to be...
Meet somewhere in the middle.
I love that.
Go for it. And y'all can send them hosts. We're going to do 2 more questions. We're going to land this plane. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm 21.
Hey, Jordan.
Hello.
You're 21?
Yes.
How old are you?
Justin's 21. Hey.
Bruh.
She said hi, Justin.
She did say hi, though.
She did.
My question was, so when you are dating, obviously you have to invest a certain amount of yourself in order to build something substantial with someone. But I'm wondering, how do you guard your heart while doing that? Like, how do you keep from over-investing while still building?
That's such a good question. How old did you say you were again?
I'm 21.
Oh, she has a cute smile too. Look at that. Yay.
You've got a lot of wisdom for 21.
Justin
How do you not over-invest, babe?
Justin pulled his phone out.
Justin ain't no dummy. How do you not over-invest?
You're asking me or something?
I'm asking you. Yeah.
I think you have to know where you're at personally.
I mean, you can answer too, Justin. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought you said
Nah, go ahead, Brad. Go ahead. No, this is your moment.
He's talking to his girl. Go ahead.
This is your moment. No,
This is your moment. This is your moment.
This is
Talk
your
to
moment.
her.
Go ahead.
Talk to her. No, talk to her. Go ahead.
To her.
I think you got to know what season you're in. Like, you got to know, do I know myself enough to where I'm not going to give out more than I have? You know what I mean? Like, you got to be in a spot where you're like,
all right, Justin.
yeah. You got to be in a place where you have more than enough, basically. And the only person who could give you more than enough, we all know who that is. So.
Hey. That was good, Justin.
Wow. I'll add to that. I think that thank you, Justin. I think some of us are so afraid of being hurt that we self-sabotage. And we date, like we meet some great people, but we date with just these strong regulators on, like, I'm never gonna be all in this relationship. But then someone feels that and they sense that and they feel as if you're not interested. And so they act accordingly. I love, there was a preaching you did, and you talk about every now and then, there's a difference between devastated and disappointed. So devastation is I'm in this relationship, I'm giving it my all, I really believe this is what God has for me, and something goes left and I'm devastated. We broke up, but I feel like it's a divorce, and oh my goodness, I could never love again. No one will ever have my heart, et cetera, et cetera. I think that's a little bit crazy. I think that person actually probably became your God instead of your guy, or they became your God instead of your girl. And so God will always allow these shifts and all that because he needs to have the right place. He's the only one on the throne. However, so that's where devastation comes. But I do believe that we should date full on in there. Like, if you want to text. If you want to call. Like, when you're talking about dating a relationship, you should fully invest within reason, within boundaries and all of that stuff. But if we keep thinking that this is going to happen, then it is going to happen. Now, we don't date alone because we can get stupid. Now, and we're smart as we're dating, but I love, you said, I quote my husband so much because he's just brilliant. But
brilliant.
But you talk about fear, Stephen, and you said this, that fear is faith in the enemy's plan for your life. So fear produces the same thing faith produces. I think some of us we're so afraid of being hurt that we date scared. Yeah. And it ends up being exactly what we fear the most. I hope that helps.
Let me give you the other side of the coin. There's something called abnormal marriages, where we're pretending like we're married when we're not.
We're not.
And I'm not even talking about shacking. I'm just talking to making
life decisions,
making future plans, and you ain't put a ring on my finger. So I think there are some conversations that are just had way too soon. How many children you want to have? Let's start out with what your favorite color is. Like, does it make sense? And we talk about boundaries, we always think sexually. But there's boundaries of my heart as well. And if I create a world in my head that has you in it 10 years from now, and then we break up, I will be devastated, not just disappointed. So until the relationship is to the place of seriousness, which is really a ring, and there's a lot of conversations that need to happen before the ring comes out. So I'm not saying don't have any deep conversations before you propose, but a relationship needs to develop in maturity. And it's not like I'm gonna give you everything the first 3 months, and I'm not gonna answer every question that you ask, if that makes sense.
But you also said, I love what you said, like on date 2, you're already planning the wedding. Oh my gosh, he's 6'3". Oh my gosh, our kids are gonna be da-da-da-da. Like, you start doing that off break. So if you're the type of person that leans that way, and some of us are, make sure you have the right things that you're telling yourself, like, I'm just enjoying this time. I'm getting to know them. I'm not planning the wedding. God, you're in control. So make sure you're actually saying the right words to help you get back on track, because you will be on the not.com, whatever it is, planning everything, and he hasn't even told you he loves you yet. Or she hasn't even told you that she wants,
Hey ladies, we know that y'all have planned a future, and we use that to manipulate you.
Wow.
So we'll say stupid stuff like, you think the kid's gonna look like me, or they gonna look like you?
My God, today.
Trifling.
One day I'm gonna put you in a house like that, and they're dropping these little phrases about your future together that they've never committed to, just because they know I got you.
Above all,
sorry to give the secrets away, but all right, last question. Yes, sir. Talk that talk.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Tony. I'm at the Flowers campus.
Hey, Tony.
What's with all these deep voice dudes, bruh? Just got me feeling insecure. Go ahead, bruh.
My question is for all the single people, and I want to know: is it better to put all your eggs in one basket when you're dating, or continue the serial date?
That is the last question of the night. Okay.
Put him back on the mic. Yeah, so you asked, is it better to put all your eggs in one basket or to serial date? What do you mean by serial date? What that mean?
Dating multiple people.
Dating multiple people?
Yes.
And what does putting all your eggs in one basket mean?
You may have aligned with a person in multiple categories, and you two are you come together, but you continue to talk to other people versus continuing to believe in that one relationship.
So dating?
I'm having fun. It's Tony.
Yes, and that was for single people. I'm taking. Sorry.
Oh, that's all right. I'm going to answer.
That's another red flag.
I like the question. I'm going to put you on the spot. You look like you can handle it. Give me a very short, brief definition of integrity.
Morals, principles, high value, faith, and overall, just believing in yourself.
I love it. Morals, values. So, as a man, if I am talking to one female, taking her out to eat, paying for dinners and all that other good stuff, and I'm doing that for another female at the same time.
It's expensive.
Would you say I am it's expensive. But I'm like a aeronautical engineer or something like that. I got this. Aerospace, sorry.
Oh, she remembered.
If I am taking multiple women out on dates, would you say I am a man of integrity? I ain't asked y'all.
Nope.
Cool. Thanks, Tony. All right, where these hosts at? Let's wrap this thing up. Was this helpful, y'all? Come on out here, Rivers. Oh, I want come out stage. Let me get y'all in front of this table. Hey, Rivers. Actually, give Morgan the mic. Give Morgan the mic. Hey, Morgan, how you doing? Why are you so nervous?
I just
wanted some questions. I had some questions. When did you know it was him?
When
did you know?
You know what? I knew it was you when you asked the tough questions and when you kept me accountable. There was a lot of things that I could do for myself already when I met you. But when you held me accountable and when you saw me and not all of the things that I was doing, not everything that was on the outside, but you really, really looked deep, that's when I knew.
That's good. I knew you were going to have a great answer. Hey, Rivers.
Hey, Pastor Stephen.
When did you know?
When did I know?
That she was the one.
I think, how do I not get in trouble right now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
When she walked in the room.
No, I didn't know that then. I think two things. I think one, when the vision for my life looked different without her. When I started seeing the vision of my life and I couldn't imagine the vision of my life without Morgan being my wife, then I knew. Here's the second thing.
That was good.
Here's the second thing. I had to, within myself, decide, now is it. Much like you were saying, Darius, correct? When you see something that you know you have to have, you need to have,
you chase it relentlessly, or you go after it, or you pursue it relentlessly. I decided, like, this is it. This has to be it. This is the one.
That's so good. Y'all are amazing.
I have our group me conversation.
This is before we was,
For
sliding
a
in the DMs.
whole, 8 months?
Yeah. I
It
played
was
the long
in group
game.
me
The long game.
for that long.
Were
Before
y'all-
he actually got my number or anything like that.
Did you go out on a date with him in those 8 months?
No.
Damn. So he slid in your group me.
Yeah. He did.
That's like sliding someone's slack.
Yeah.
Not the slack.
But because he pursued me for that long.
Why you playing hard to get though? I'm playing.
Because he pursued me for that long.
Yeah.
It didn't take me long to know.
Hey, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's so good. Hey y'all, they about to hand y'all some fun and some connections and all that other good stuff. I'ma pray for y'all before they do, because boy, y'all need Jesus out in these streets.
Yep.
I know we've got folks that are 55 and older, and you're like, man, I'm believing for who's God's going to send me, and I'm believing with you. I know the 35 to 50, you face a different scenario, and the 25 to 35 and the 18 to 25, it's a different world for different people, and your story makes your world different than anybody else's. There's no two stories that are unique. The two things that I would say, single or dating in this room, pursue your health and your relationship with God above anything else. Don't get healthy to date. Get healthy for you, to be the best version of you that you can be. Second thought, it's ghetto in these streets, bruh. And we're going to do everything we can to make sure that every Friday night in the DMV, there is a union group somewhere that ain't praying. God, maybe y'all pray too much. But is somewhere bowling, chilling, eating out, not at the park, but somewhere else. And I beg you, like, if I could just be mean and nasty just for a second, stop being so antisocial. Stop only being in rooms with the same gender. Stop making it harder than it has to be.
Yeah.
Put yourself out there. If you didn't find anybody that night, so what? You had some really good laughs and you had a really good time and you met some really great people, and then work your faith. Do everything that you can do, and then know that God's gonna do more than you ever could do. And you're going to see him write your story in a way that he only could. Father God, we're grateful. We're thankful for every single person. God, if they have a desire for a spouse, God, you have a spouse for them, because you said that the desires of their heart, God, you will fulfill. God, I pray that you'd expose area in our hearts that we got to grow, we got to heal, we got to humble ourselves. And God, I'm praying that you would bring about divine encounters that only you can do. And God, I'm ready to do some weddings, so do what you do. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.